Alright, so there's this guy that loves trains. Just absolutely loves trains. Loved trains since he was a little kid. And he gets a job as a conductor, and he really likes to make the trains go fast. And so one day he's got this train and it's going a little too fast, and it jumps the rails and it crashes and kills one person. Well, they send him to court. He goes to court and they put him on trial, and they sentence him to death by electric chair. And so he's in jail for a little while, and finally his day of execution comes along, and they ask him, you know, what he wants for his last meal, and he says, well, I want one banana. And the jailer is kind of like, okay, so they give him a banana, they take him to the electrocution room, they strap him in the chair, nice and tight, they throw the switch, sparks fly, smoke comes up, and they throw the switch back down, the guy's still alive. Well, the law is if you survive your execution, it's because of divine intervention and you're meant to go free. So they have to let him go. So they let him free, and he manages to get his job back as a train driver. And sure enough, he's back to his old habits. He's driving this train way too fast, and it derails again, and this time it kills 2 people. So same thing, they put him on trial, and they ended up convicting him, and they sentenced him to death, electrocution. And on electrocution day, they ask him, you know, what do you want for your last meal? He says, I want 2 bananas. So he eats his 2 bananas, and they strap him to the chair, tie him down, flip the switch, and there's a flurry of sparks and there's smoke, but the guy's still alive. So they have to let him go again. And so he takes off, and amazingly he gets his job back as driving a train again. And you know, because none of this is on his record. It's all, you know, he's scot-free. So he gets his job back driving the train again. And same thing happens again. And the train jumps the tracks, and this time he kills 3 people. So again, they throw him in jail. They have a trial, they convict him, they throw him in jail, and it's execution day. And the jailer comes in and says, what do you want for your last meal? And the guy says, I want 3 bananas. And the jailer says, oh no you don't. I don't know what it is, but I'm not giving you any bananas. We're not going through this again. You're going to the chair without a last meal. I don't care if it's against the rules or not. We ain't giving you no bananas, so you can walk out of here unharmed again. And so, even though it was against protocol, they didn't give him his last meal. They took him to the chair, strapped him in, tied him up, and they threw the switch. And again, there's all the spark and the smoke, and he's unharmed. He's totally unharmed. Nothing, you know, he's not dead. And the jailer says, I don't understand. You know, we didn't give you no bananas or nothing, and yet you're fine. And the guy looks at him and says, you know what? Them bananas had nothing to do with it. I'm just a bad conductor.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,